So I think it comes to no one's surprise that this is the state of modern game journalism, where they're just a bunch of activists who want to push their politics and attack gamers. Well, there was a brilliant article that came out recently exposing them for their hypocrisy. Oh, game journalist, you reap what you sow. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. Kotaku came up with this article when it came to Final Fantasy Origin. Rather than talking about the broken demo for the game, they're concerned about Jack's attire, right? You know, with this article, the headline being Final Fantasy Origin's Normie F-Boy scores more stylish gear as you play. Stranger of Paradise's lead still looks lame, but at least his fits improve. Like, rather than actually talking about the broken demo, talking about that, this is their problem. This is it. Modern game journalism is just a complete and entire shit show. Because that's what it is. That's what game journalism has become in the modern day. Now, I want you to bear in mind, these are the very same people that also were just praising, so happy that Five Nights at Freddy's developer Scott Cawthon is gone, that he retired early. These are the very same people that went after him, and they were praising it. I mean, it's very disgusting. Not only were they doing it, but also, so was Polygon. I mean, who's surprised? It's also Polygon. Of course, they created these articles, and they have this whole group, right? Like, it's like an inner circle, basically. And what they do is they all have this hive mind-like mindset. I guess we could just call them the Borg at this point, because that's what they are. Because if you fall out of line, then you gotta get assimilated. That's exactly how they act. And so, considering that they're basically the Borg, anybody that disagrees with them, well, they're going to try to take down. And, it's very disgusting to see this behavior, but this is what's happened. And they tried to push their activism, attack gamers, anyone that doesn't agree with them, they go after, right? I mean, and it's absolutely revolting, and people are sick and tired of it for good reason. So we're going to take a look at this article, and then we're going to get into an article that actually really exposed them by a inside source. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, taking a look at this article by Kotaku, because, this is modern game journalism right here. Right here. The issue with the character's design. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin's main character looks completely out of place. But here's some good news from the newly fixed demo. His wardrobe quickly expands to include clothes and accessories that better fit the setting. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is a Team Ninja developed Souls-like that takes place in the world of the original Final Fantasy. Sounds really freaking cool, right? I mean, yeah, that sounds like an awesome idea. That sounds like a really fun game. As well as, if you're a game journalist, what you could do is you could just make an article about that. Being like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy Origin is a Souls-like game. That would be cool. Like, you could have some kind of title, obviously, for it. But my point is, that could have been a really good topic for an article, to talk about. Spark the conversation, even. But no. This is modern game journalism. So it's gotta obviously be boring and just terrible. Well, the excitement of this E3 2021 announcement was dampened considerably by the game's ostensible heroes, a casually dressed group led by a boring, chaos-obsessed dude named Jack, who looks more like a Paul Walker stunt double than a Final Fantasy protagonist. So, apparently, the issue is that he looks like a Paul Walker stunt double. And apparently they call him a, normie F-boy. Apparently, that's the problem. When this article could have actually been about, Final Fantasy Dark Souls. But, no. This is what you get in the modern day. You don't get an interesting concept for an article. You get this trash. Oh, God. See, this is why game journalists are failing. This is why nobody takes them seriously. Because of things like this. Rather than sparking up a good conversation, no, this is what they gotta do, right? Absolutely ridiculous. Uh, and, all they ever do is if they're not doing stuff like this, then they're pushing their activism or, they're attacking games or they're saying, oh, the game's too easy because they don't know how to play games, things like that. I'm also a big fan of the face mask look, though that's probably more about lingering trauma from last year than a true fashion opinion. Oh, God. Really? Every single time. You can't go throughout these articles without them having something political. I'm not even kidding. Every time. Just that little part right there, political. Right? This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Just try to push their activism however they can. Like, this is what I mean. This is the state of modern game journalism. I mean, take a look at this right here. This final assemblage of equipment is probably what folks were most expecting to see upon hearing the phrase Final Fantasy Souls. Like, if you just ignore Jack's stupid face, I think it would be easy to mistake him for a low-level Final Fantasy 14 character. Oh, God. See, there it is. They're going after his looks, like, his face this time. See, this is what I mean. It's ridiculous. I don't think there's anything wrong with his design, in my personal opinion. I really don't. They go on to say, look, I'm not saying any of these outfits are particularly good. Many of the clothing options I've seen so far lean way too heavily into Final Fantasy veteran Tetsuya Nomura's tendency to festoon every character in his games with super luscious straps and buckles. But I also believe Stranger in Paradise Final Fantasy Origin would have enjoyed a much better reception for fans had Square Enix revealed the game with the lead looking maybe 30% less F-boy. What? What is that? What? No one wants to play a Final Fantasy game as their sister's first scumbag boyfriend after she left for college. Well, see, this is what I mean. This is the state of modern game journalism. Now, there was a great article that really points out and exposes them, though, by Sophia Narwitz, and this is a great one. If you are conservative, you have no chance. Games Journalism Insider Out's Click that runs industry like private domain. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody at this point has been very aware that there would be a click in there. And, I got to say that Sophia Norwitz did very well in this article, so, props to her. She did an excellent job with this. Now, we're going to go over this a little bit because there's some really good things in this article to go over. An influential figure from a leading gaming website says that a clique is like-minded. Media figures are colluding to prevent right-leaning journalists and developers from having a voice in the industry. If you were openly a conservative and tried to apply to any of the mainstream outlets that are on the coast, I don't think you have a chance in hell of getting in, says the senior source, who wishes to remain anonymous for fear of repercussion. Now, it makes sense because, look, when you think about it, what's been going on with, not just this industry, not just video games, but also you look at entertainment, there's a lot of cliques in there, and if you're an open conservative, well, then they're going to go after you. I don't see why that should even matter because it shouldn't. Whatever your politics is, it should stay out of it because that's not what you're going for. You're not going there for political reason. You're going there for entertainment because video games is a form of entertainment. Your politics shouldn't matter whether you lean to the left or the right. None of it should matter. That's not why you're going there. You're going there for entertainment, right? But of course, they got to make it about politics. There's a lot of us that probably think there's a clique. Well, there's a clique, they say. The clique is composed of journalists from well-known gaming and tech websites, among them Kotaku, Polygon, Vice, Ars Technica, Game Daily, GameSpot, Eurogamer, and loads more. Now, I don't think anyone's surprised because we've seen this multiple times where they attack gamers or they say gamers are alt-right or, whatever that don't agree with them. They attack gamers however they can. They attack conservatives as well. We've seen this multiple times over, so this is nothing new. So to see a click in this, I don't think anyone's surprised. But now this segment was really good right here, which was hypocrisy in action. The clique's power has insulated it from criticism, allowing them to get away with many of the atrocities they punish others for. To cite examples, Danny O'Dwyver, formerly of GameSpot, used to drop N-bombs on Twitter. Patrick Klepek from Vice has a history with bad jokes. Laura K. Dale, formerly of Kotaku, once slandered a comedian only to admit she made the event up. And Jed Whittaker made an entire video where he laughs about bad jokes and also drops N-bombs. While devs such as the team behind Ion Fury are called phobic and hit pieces because of a pun in their game. My source believes that the shaming tactics that Click deploys are not just about a hypocritical self-righteousness, but clicks. Oh, of course, yeah, all about the clicks, yeah. And then they lure people in, and then, of course, it's all about the rage that they spark up. Yeah, of course. Of course it is. And all their sites are dying. That's what's been going on with these game journalist sites because of things like this. And here's the thing. You look at it, they'll go after conservatives, and they'll show their hypocrisy because these people will be like, oh, well, we changed who we were years ago. You're not going to see articles on stuff like this, on these people, because they're all in an inner circle together. So you're not going to see anybody come out and be like, oh, hey, look, well, let's make an article on this individual because they dropped the N-bomb, or this one made some really, really terrible jokes, or blah, 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 whatever. You're not going to see articles on that because, well, these people, they're all together in a group. And this is how it's been. And it shows the hypocrisy of these people at the same time, though. This article is really good. And I got to say, you should check it out. It is amazing. But this is the point, is that game journalists, they don't care about video games. They're all a bunch of hypocrites themselves. I mean, we knew that already, though. And this article just does an excellent job exposing them for, what they really are. And it really shows the state of modern game journalism. They're a bunch of activists, they're a bunch of hypocrites, and these game journalists, they are not gamers either. And they never change. They try to act like, oh yeah, we've changed, when in reality they haven't, and they just witch hunt people that think differently than they do, that they don't like. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here. Make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. The links are in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.